For over 1,000 years, one crown has ruled England. It has been worn by warriors, tyrants, children, and legends. Some died heroes, others died hated, many died violently. This is the complete story of every monarch who ruled England. And it begins with a conqueror, Athelstan, a king forged in war. In the year 937, he faced a massive alliance of Vikings, Scots, and rebels. If he lost, England would cease to exist. The battle was brutal. Thousands died screaming in mud. But when it ended, Athelstan stood victorious. For the first time in history, England was one united kingdom. But unity never lasts. His successor, Edmund, ruled with strength. But his reign ended suddenly and violently. During a royal feast, a man rushed forward. Steel flashed. The king was stabbed to death in front of his court. He was only 25. His brother took the throne, but fate showed no mercy. Kings rose, and kings fell. One young king was dragged from his bed with his mistress on the very day of his coronation. Another was murdered at just 16 years old. Then came a king remembered for disaster. Ethelred, a ruler so weak, so misguided, his name became synonymous with failure. Terrified of Viking settlers inside England, he made a fatal decision. He ordered their mass execution, men slaughtered, women butchered, children killed. It was not justice. It was a massacre, and it would bring revenge. Across the sea, the Viking king Sweyn prepared his invasion. His armies arrived like a storm. Cities burned. Armies collapsed. The English king fled. England had fallen. A foreign king now ruled. But power is fragile. Sweyn died suddenly, leaving his son Canute to inherit everything. Canute became one of the most powerful rulers in Europe. He ruled England, Denmark, and Norway. But he knew something his followers did not. Power has limits. He sat before the ocean and commanded the tide to stop. The waves ignored him. He turned to his court and revealed the truth. Even kings cannot command nature. Even kings cannot escape death. And death was coming. In 1066, England faced its greatest crisis. King Harold had just survived one invasion. His exhausted army could barely stand. Then came terrible news. Another army had landed. Led by William of Normandy, Harold marched south. His men were wounded, starving, exhausted, but they had no choice. They met William at Hastings. The battle was chaos. Steel clashed, men screamed, blood soaked the earth. Then, in a single moment, everything changed. An arrow struck Harold. Through the eye, the king fell, and with him, Anglo-Saxon England died. William became king. He ruled through fear. Castles rose across England, each one a warning, each one a threat. Rebellion meant death. Submission meant survival. But even conquerors die, and the crown passed again. Some kings became legends. Others became disasters. King John became one of the most hated rulers in history. He lost wars, lost land, lost respect. His own nobles turned against him. They forced him to sign the Magna Carta. For the first time ever, a king was no longer above the law. His absolute power was broken forever. Then came a warrior king, Richard the Lionheart, a man who lived for war. He fought across continents, led crusades, killed countless enemies. He became a legend, but legends are still mortal. A single crossbow bolt struck him, and the great warrior king died. Not in glory, but in pain. England would see darker days. Edward II was weak. His enemies gathered. Even his own wife turned against him. She invaded, captured him, locked him away. He died in captivity, alone, betrayed. Civil war followed. Brothers fought brothers. Families destroyed themselves for power. Henry VI became king as a baby. He grew into a broken ruler. His mind fractured. His enemies saw opportunity. He was imprisoned and murdered in the Tower of London. Then came one of the most infamous kings in history, Richard III. Two boys stood between him and power. His nephews, the rightful heirs. They were locked in the tower. Then they vanished, never seen again. Their fate remains one of history's greatest mysteries. But Richard's reign would not last. He died in battle. the last English king to do so. Then came Henry VIII, a king who would change everything. He wanted a son. Nothing else mattered. He married 6 times, divorced wives, executed wives, destroyed anyone in his way. He even broke away from the church itself, creating a new religion, just to satisfy his obsession. His daughter Mary became queen next. She ruled with fear. She burned her enemies alive. Hundreds died in flames. Her people gave her a name that would never be forgotten, Bloody Mary. Then came Elizabeth, a queen who ruled alone, surrounded by enemies, threatened by assassins. But she survived. Under her rule, England became powerful, stable, feared. She became one of the greatest monarchs in history. But even golden ages end. Charles I believed he was chosen by God. He ignored his people, ignored Parliament, started a civil war. He lost. He was captured, tried for treason, and executed. England had killed its own king. The monarchy itself was destroyed, but not forever. It returned, and centuries later, a young queen would inherit the throne. Victoria, she ruled longer than anyone before her. Her empire spread across the world, but her personal life was filled with grief. When her husband died, she never recovered. She wore black for the rest of her life. Then came a king who made an unthinkable choice. Edward VIII gave up everything. His crown, his power, his destiny, all for love. He walked away, forever. His brother became king instead, leading England through its darkest war. Bombs fell, cities burned, but the crown endured. Then came Elizabeth II. She ruled for 70 years. Through war, through change, through history itself, she became a symbol of stability in an unstable world. When she died, an era ended. Now, a new king wears the crown, Charles III. His story is still unfolding, because the story of the crown never ends. Power changes hands, kings rise, kings fall, but the crown remains.